It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Reaction video 275. That in the neighborhood. My brothers and sisters, we are on 275 of these true crime, horror, dark, deep, and mysterious what the is going on type of reaction videos, man. Hope y'all doing excellent out there today as always. And I'm glad y'all came on back to the channel. So fuck with the bean. Now, we're going back to a channel that I think we watched last Friday. You know what I'm saying? TGIF, thank God it's Friday. No doubt, no doubt. But I think we watched this channel last Friday. And I think that's when the video with the real tears start coming down my eyes. Like, I started crying from the video, y'all. I ain't gonna cap you. I ain't gonna tell no story. That's just how it hit me hard. It hit me hard. And this dude does a great job. And we're gonna go back and check out another one. And that channel is Viral Crimes. Going back to Viral Crimes again, y'all, because, you know, we watch Viral Crimes every now and then, but like I told y'all last week after watching that amazing video, that we're going to start fucking with them a little harder, you know what I'm saying? We got to start coming back to this channel a little more often, and that's what we doing. Now, the title of the video, Side Chick Stalks, Then Kills Lover's Fiance to Get Her Out the Way. The Danita Smith story. Now, see, this shit right here, this is just another reason why you should be faithful in in your relationships. You know what I'm saying? This is just another example, because a lot of people just think of it when you cheat on your spouse, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever. That the only thing, or not the only thing, but the main thing is that whoever you cheat on, when they find out, they're gonna be hurt. And the relationship may end, you know what I'm saying? But this is also another thing that can happen. Well, whoever you cheating on your wife with literally can come kill your wife because she that crazy and want to be with you and just want you out the fucking way. This just another example, and these examples are real. This shit is real life that we dealing with, my brothers and sisters. But I digress. We finna go and get up into it. But before we get up into it, y'all know what y'all got to do. Get whatever you may need. Get what you need. We back to Viral Crimes once again. Y'all got what y'all need. Y'all ready to go? Then let's fucking go.
This is the story of Danita Smith, a 25-year-old with a bright future ahead of her, who was on the cusp of achieving her dreams, a fellowship at the prestigious New York Times, a recent engagement to her partner of 6 years, and a life filled with success. But fate had other plans. In 2007, just days after their engagement, Danita's life took a tragic turn. She was ruthlessly shot, execution style, in a manner that would leave detectives perplexed and the community in shock. But who would want Danita dead, a woman who by all accounts was kind to everyone and had no enemies? Welcome to Viral Crimes. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. This story takes us to Durham, North Carolina. Danita had completed 6 years of her undergraduate education and was now pursuing a master's degree at North Carolina Central University. She envisioned a bright future for herself and was driven by ambition. She had obtained a fellowship with the New York Times due to her outstanding work in the fields of journalism and photography. Her private life seemed to be wonderful as well. Her boyfriend Jamir Stroud had asked her to marry him recently, and she had accepted his proposal. They began dating after meeting in college and did so for a total of 6 years. Danita remained in Durham after graduation to continue her education, while Jamir relocated to Greensboro to begin his career as a police officer. Despite the fact that Jamir was absent, the couple continued to be romantically involved. At 10 o'clock in the morning on the 4th of January, Corey Smith, a resident of Campus Crossings, exited his apartment in order to make his way to work. He saw a lot of personal items strewn down the staircase, and at the bottom of the stairs, he noticed a female. Because she was laying in such a manner, he thought that she must have fallen down the steps. Or he saw that the lady was not breathing, so he dialed 911, and after looking at the woman's belongings, provided the woman's name to police. She was identified as Danita Smith. Sadly, when police arrived, they pronounced Danita dead. She had been shot in the head. Police received another call around the same time. Michael Hedgepeth, who works as the maintenance director at the Campus Crossings Apartments in Durham, reported hearing a gunshot around 8:10 in the morning. He saw a lady frantically making her way from the 1100 building at the complex's rear to its entrance. He went up to her to inquire about her well-being. She was sobbing uncontrollably. He inquired as to whether or not she had heard the gunfire, and she confirmed that she had. She confessed to him that she had a fear of firearms. Michael called 911, but when officers arrived at the location, they decided not to document the complaint since they were unable to determine where the shot had originated, and the lady Michael had been speaking to was already gone.
The lady who Michael was speaking to was the one who shot Danita. That was the mistress, the side chick bitch. I think that's who it was. That's why she was running away. And she got the audacity. This just show you how much of a cold hard killer she was. I'm thinking hopefully that she would have confessed that I was the one who did it. But her reasoning was I'm scared of gunshots. That's why I was running like this. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up. And then another thing I'm thinking about is Danita and whoever her fiance was, can't remember his name, but they was not even like staying in the same. This was a long distance relationship at this point. So this damn side chick had to been actually drove wherever Danita staying at now just to kill her. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't no same city type shit. Like wow, bro, wow.
He gave a description of the lady as a tall black woman, around 5 feet 10 inches in height, with a ponytail. He also said that she was driving a burgundy SUV.
Investigators are working through the weekend on the case of a North Carolina Central student. A graduate student engaged to be married was shot and killed at her apartment complex. Aaron Coleman tells us friends are preparing tributes to Danita Smith.
The last article she wrote for the campus paper is still on the stands. Now its author is being remembered.
You see someone one day and the next day they're gone, you know, it's awful.
Dr. Bruce DePeisler knew Danita Smith well. He was her advisor at the Echo. Smith was a graduate student at NC Central. Her body was found Thursday morning at the bottom of a stairwell at her off-campus apartment.
People want to know, they want the details, and you know, and it's gone from bad to worse.
What witnesses first thought was an accident quickly turned to a murder investigation. Police say the 25-year-old was shot to death but aren't releasing many other details. Investigators want to talk to a woman seen driving away from the apartment complex that morning around 8:30. An hour and a half before a maintenance worker found Danita Smith's body.
We're all shocked. When we first found out, we were devastated.
Shelby Brown was a fellow writer at the paper.
Why? You know, I think that's a big question right now is why.
Durham police say they're working on answering all the questions about what happened that day. In the meantime, friends choose to remember the good. Dozens are posting messages to a Facebook page dedicated to Danita Smith's memory, and the newspaper where she worked for so long will honor her in its next issue.
You have to.
I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta go and say this now. I done had it in the back of my head, and it really ain't no evidence, but I just gotta say it out loud to y'all now. I believe her fiance had something to do with this shit. Like, I believe he told this lady, whatever her fuck her name is, to kill Danita. You know what I'm saying? Or insinuated it, or said something like, yeah, man, if only she was gone, then, man, you can be together forever. Some crazy bullshit. He got something to do with this. Now, I don't know if he finna be arrested and, you know what I'm saying, go to jail, or he gonna get charged with this or whatever. I don't know. We finna see. But I'm just saying, I think he got something to do with it. Let's see.
To learn from it, you know, what's the lesson? The lesson is when you see a human being, be kind to him because you might never see him again. You know?
True.
Not only was she loved by her family, but she had another family, the Eagle family, you know, the Campus Echo family, that loved her as well.
Law enforcement broke the news to Jamir, who then spent the day with both his own family and Danita's family. Police inquired as to Jamir's whereabouts that morning. He said that since he had worked the night before, he was sound asleep in bed. He informed police that he knew a lady who drove a burgundy SUV when he learned that they were searching for a female who was driving one. He reported the woman to be Shannon Crawley, a single mother of two. Danita had never even met Shannon and had no idea who she was. Shannon was nonetheless aware of who Danita and Jamir were. In Greensboro, where Shannon resided, she was employed as a 911 dispatcher, and it was in the course of her employment that she was introduced to Jamir. Shannon didn't know that Jamir was dating Danita when they first met, so they started an affair. Jamir confirmed having an affair to the police, but he told them that it was over around a year before Danita was murdered. When the police questioned Jamir about a possible motive for Shannon's desire for Danita's death, he said that Shannon would not leave him alone after they broke up. She moved into a home in his community and joined the same church as him. Shannon was questioned by the police. She said that she had never met Danita and that the only time she had seen her was at church 2 weeks before Danita's death. She said that she may have only seen Danita's photo once or twice previously. Shannon said to the police that she did not possess a firearm when they questioned her about it. She said that she had to stay home from work on the morning of January 4 because her kid was ill, but she did report to her job later that day. When the police examined Shannon's SUV, they discovered that the steering wheel had gunshot residue on it. An individual who worked with Shannon contacted the authorities. He confessed to the police that he had sold Shannon a firearm. After being taken into custody, Shannon was charged with murder in the first degree.
I was talking about why she smiling in her fucking mugshot. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see the side view? That bitch fucking smiling. And then her story not adding up. They got a lot of evidence against her. We're pretty sure we can go and conclude that she gonna be found guilty, right? But look at her fucking smiling. These people so damn evil, man.
Again tonight with breaking news out of Durham.
As we first reported on WRL.com, Durham police made an arrest in the murder of an NCCU graduate student.
Durham police arrested Shannon Crawley in Greensboro late this afternoon. We're told the 27-year-old is charged with the murder of NC Central University graduate student Danita Smith. Now, we just got video a few moments ago of the suspect being led into the police station. You can see Crawley is being escorted in cuffs and shackles into the police station. She kept her head down and made no comment. We're told that they made the arrest after searching her car and her house. We've also learned tonight that Crawley was an employee of the Guilford Metro 911 department.
Wow.
But we're told that she was suspended back on January 6th of this year after being named a person of interest in this case. Now, Smith, the victim, who was wrapping up her thesis and engaged to be married, was found dead on Friday. She was shot to death in the stairwell of her off-campus apartment here in Durham. Tonight, there is no word on the relationship between the suspect and the victim, and investigators will not discuss any motives at this time. However, they do say that it does not appear to be a random act of violence. The university did issue a statement this evening which reads, "What happened to Danita was unconscionable. She was an outstanding and promising young student whose life has been cut short. The arrest of a suspect will help us begin the healing process." Again, an arrest has been made in the Danita Smith murder case.
The prosecution said that Shannon had an unhealthy fixation with Jamir, which led to her stalking Danita out of jealousy. Shannon pled not guilty and went to trial. According to the testimony of State Bureau of Investigation Forensic Weapons Specialist Agent Scott Jones, the murder weapon was likely a .38 caliber revolver. Shannon claimed she didn't own a gun, but her co-worker, Ronald Simpson, testified that he sold Shannon a .38 caliber Taurus special revolver in October 2006. Odd in a lie, Shannon claimed that she tossed the gun and the ammo in separate trash dumpsters shortly after receiving them, but the police found neither item. It was revealed that Jamir owned 2 firearms, none of which matched the murder weapon. Examination of Shannon's phone records revealed that she made phone calls from the area of Durham near the campus crossing apartments both the day before and the day Danita was shot. The prosecution characterized Shannon as a vengeful person. To prove this, they presented evidence that on June 20, 2008, after Danita had passed away and Shannon was still out on bail, she reported to the police that Jamir had sexually assaulted her. She said that he came to her residence in Charlotte between the hours of 2:30 and 5:30 that morning and sexually assaulted her there. A detective in the assault unit of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department testified that based on the alleged time of the rape and Jamir's cell phone records, he would have had to travel from Charlotte to Greensboro for work at approximately 120 miles per hour without stopping for red lights in order to have committed the rape. An examination of a rape kit yielded negative results for the presence of semen. There were no injuries to Shannon's vaginal canal or injuries that required stitches. Shannon claimed that during the assault, Jamir injured her with a knife. She told detectives that they need to check for the knife in Jamir's garbage can at his residence. Unbeknownst to Shannon, Jamir discovered a knife in his trash can and reported it to the police. Jamir's neighbors would testify that they observed a vehicle drive away from his garbage can, and another testified that she observed someone dump something into his trash can and then drive away.
Bruh, this bitch is literally fucking crazy. This bitch is on. Now she mad. She's so mad and pissed. She didn't. The whole reason that she killed Danita. I'm talking about Shannon. I remember their names now. I'm talking about Shannon. The whole reason she killed Danita was to be with Jaheim or however you say his name. That was the whole reason for her being with him, because she was so in love with him that she had to kill Shannon because she felt like she had to get rid of Shannon so she can be with him. Now that he done came out and spoke against that dumbass shit that she did, now she want to speak out against him. But her, like all her other stories, they just completely bullshit, and it's easy as fuck to debunk them. It's easy as fuck to expose that this is a lie. The lie detector the test it says that you are lying, Shannon. Like, oh my God, bro. Oh my God.
The prosecution presented hidden audio recordings to the jury before resting their case. Shannon claimed that the tapes contained Jamir admitting to the murder. The prosecution argued that the voice on the tape was not Jamir's and wanted the jury to hear the recordings to demonstrate the differences. They also wanted to highlight Shannon's history of deception and vengefulness towards Jamir to frame him for the crime. The defense argued that Shannon was innocent and that Jamir had been stalking her and was the actual murderer. Shannon's defense pleaded for her acquittal, but the prosecution urged the jury to consider the evidence rather than Shannon's testimony. After deliberation, the jury rejected Shannon's account and she was convicted of first-degree murder, receiving a life sentence without parole. Danita's mother expressed her lack of forgiveness and wished for Shannon to rot in hell. Danita's father was thankful for the guilty verdict, believing it was the right decision. Shannon's parents, on the other hand, maintained their belief in her innocence and accused Jamir of committing the crime. The judge acknowledged Shannon's conviction, but also criticized Jamir's actions, stating that he caused a perfect storm and walked away from it, which was unfortunate for everyone involved in the case. Shannon was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. What happened to Danita Smith was a tragedy. She was a promising 25-year-old with a future full of potential, and she was robbed of the life she was about to embark on. She was on a path paved with accomplishments, and that was cruelly snatched away. Shannon not only destroyed Danita's life as well as the lives of Danita's loved ones, but she also destroyed her own life, leaving her 2 kids without their mother. This heartbreaking tale serves as a reminder of the fragility of life and the devastating consequences that can arise from senseless acts of violence. My condolences to Danita's friends and family. May you continue to heal and one day find peace. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
And thank you once again, Vile Crimes. Another great video. But man, y'all, first of all, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to Danita Smith. No doubt. Ain't no doubt. Gotta say that. And as far as this goddamn story go, man, I was starting to get, I think the lady name was Brandy. In A Thin Line Between Love and Hate, you know, starring Martin Lawrence, and the other lady, I can't remember the actor name, but in that movie, her name was Brandy, I think. And how crazy she fucking was. That's how this damn Shannon remind me of. And I'm still gonna say, like I said earlier, that I believe he possibly could have had something to do with it, as far as like, I'm not saying he actually did it. I don't think he did it. Shannon did the shit. She the one who actually killed her. But he maybe had put some in her head, but I don't even think he probably even, when I'm saying put some in her head, I'm saying it could have been on some just the way he was talking, like, oh, baby, I'm so in love with you. That's how he talking to Shannon, till she started to believe, like, this dude just loves me and I gotta get rid of his real fiance so I can be with him. You know what I'm saying? He could have be either, I don't know, he could have either intentionally or unintentionally had persuade in Shannon's crazy ass brain to kill Danita. I just can't say he completely innocent, but he did not do it. And he ain't doing no jail time. I'm not mad at that. At the end of the day, I'm not mad at that because she the one who actually did this shit. And we ain't got no hard proof. Like all that bullshit she was doing, trying to frame him for the murder. Man, come on, man. You just making up all type of crazy shit, y'all. Just crazy shit. Just stop it. Just stop it. And I'm glad that she got life in prison. I'm glad she got life in prison. Danita was only 25, y'all. Like, that is so young. 25. Like, the older I get, the more I realize how young being in your 20s is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just now 32, but I'm just saying the older you get, because when I was 21 or 15, I thought when you were 25, you were pretty fucking old. Not old like old, but like you was really old, man. At 20, y'all know what I'm saying, man. At 25, you just started life, man. And long story short story long, Danita still had a long life to fucking live. I agree with my brothers and sisters. I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here now, man. I appreciate y'all coming back as always. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and do all that for me. And make sure you come on back tomorrow, because I will definitely be back tomorrow. And until I see y'all again, my brothers and sisters, love, peace, and happiness. Stay safe. Don't stop. Keep going. Yeah.